So I'm going to do a different video today. Normally I talk about money and finances, and I want to talk about one thing that enables a little bit of wealth on my end, and that is risk. Risk is a topic, it's a taboo that you don't normally expect a debt-free, frugal guy to talk about, because part of being debt-free is there's less liability to being poor because you don't have monthly payments and you've got freedom. Get it, got it. So here is another example of the value of risk. And first of all, risk is risk. There's a clear definition of just going out on a limb. But Hollywood puts risk in a different way that doesn't affect me here in the Midwest. And actually, I would argue the way Hollywood portrays risk, and even like for some entrepreneurs, if you've ever watched like the Steve Jobs movies, they don't portray risk the same way that risk really is here in at least where I live in the Midwest. So I'm only speaking on behalf of my particular situation here. But maybe it's indicative of a larger picture, and that's why I made this video. So back to it. I can take amazing challenges of risk, because if I fail, it's not the end of the world. And because I'm debt free, and one of the things that I have taken on as a risk was I went from a corporate America job to a very, very aggressive startup job. This was about 3 years ago, and the aggressive startup had no benefits, but the pay was like 40% higher, but the risk of losing the job was a lot higher. And I've been at that job it was 2 years, 2 years ago, for nearly 2 years, and I've had a tremendous amount of growth because of that job. And it has been challenging. It has been tough. Hard things are hard to do, but my growth has been exponential. Experience, financial, maturity-wise. I could have never taken this job, and I would have never had all of this return on investment. I would not have had this return on investment had I not taken this risk. I would have never taken this risk if I had monthly payments. So this is not a video about not having monthly payments. This is a video about taking that risk. Once I was in a position to be risky, I calculated, what is the worst case scenario? What if I take this job and bomb and fail? That is what Hollywood doesn't tell you. A plan B. If I were to fail the job, had this been 2 years ago and failed the job, I had an emergency fund. I have my home paid for. I could always take just a little crappy job to pay for gas and groceries until I got back on my feet. And that's not what, Hollywood. You don't have to bet everything to your demise. You don't have to burn the bridges. You can gamble with your time, as an example, conservatively. If you're investing in a business, spend about 2 or 3 hours each night, in addition to working your regular job, but spend that additional time investing in your business and try to gain a micro income while you're working. Gain a micro income from your job. You don't have to just quit your job and start a new business, or quit one career and immediately jump into the next career. You can do it slowly through hobbies. You can, I guess you could call it iterative risk taking. Start it on a small scale, but darn it, do it. Take the risk. Actually make the move. Calculate what happens in worst case scenario and take the risk. Put yourself in a position to succeed. That's the thing. When you do something hard like that, your gain is what's important. You never know unless you jump. So make sure you have the jump isn't too far, so you don't fall and break a leg or fall and die. But you never know where you can go until you try. So, and I'm here to say you can do it responsibly. And after you set up the responsible boundaries, do it.